So in previous lesson, we successfully installed VM tools on Windows Server 2019, and here is the status of VMware tools, which is running, and the current version, and the installation type, which is MSI. And as you can see, now we have the operating system version and the DNS name and IP address. And here we can scroll down. So in today's lesson, we're going to talk about how we can power off a virtual machine. This is very important because I see a lot of administrators, I should say beginner administrators, they actually try to use these options. I mean power off and reset. These are very different to these below options. So when you want to actually power off the virtual machine, simply you will right click and will say power off, or you can use this option here, which is shutdown guest OS. So these are, power off, suspend, and reset. Actually, they are the options that we use aggressively. That means something like you hold the server button and we'll say power off. And again for reset. This is like physical. That means you will hold the server button to reset and power off that physical server. It's strongly recommended that you don't use these options unless you have a problem. Something like your server doesn't work anymore, you will get the blue screen, or something like you cannot access the server, or something like this. And these two options actually we use it like when we want to actually restart or shutting down the servers or VMs with the shutting down option, something like this. When you do that, is exactly like when you do shutting down a VM like this, and on your VM, these options, actually they are the same. That means you can power off or reset your server softly without actually forced to shutting down right now. So when you have a production server, specifically your database server, you should avoid using these options because they are very dangerous for your database server or even for any kind of servers. These two options accessible when you install VMware tools on your virtual machine. Otherwise, you don't have access to these two options. So again, when you say shutdown, it's exactly like this. Like this, which is very softly and it doesn't have any problem. And again, we can use restart guest OS here. Be careful about using these above options, power off and reset and suspend, unless you have a problem that you would allow to use this option. So you're not going to use this option unless your server has a problem, or maybe you don't install VM tools. So in some cases, you will see that these two options is not accessible. Simply just try to log into the server, and if you cannot even shutting down the server from shutdown option here, just go to CMD and we'll say shutdown -R or S. R is for reboot and S for shutting down the server. Shutdown -S-F, which is force, -T, which is time, and here we'll say something like 0. We want to actually shutting down the server right now. Just we'll hit enter and you will see the server will shutting down softly.